All right, guys, welcome back. Here we are at another chapter of Judy Blumes and a fourth grade nothing. All right, so this chapter is called My Brother the Bird. Okay, now I'm sure you guys can have some thoughts on what that could be, thinking about what happened last chapter, but go ahead and make a quick prediction of what does that means. My brother the bird. Make that prediction now. Got it? All right. I'm not going to finish this whole chapter. This is like, 12 pages long. So I'm only going to read about half of it. So stay with me. So here we go. We live near Central Park. On nice days, I like to play there after school. I'm allowed to walk over by myself as long as I'm going to be with friends. My mother doesn't want me hanging out at the park alone. For one thing, Jimmy has been mugged 3 times, twice for his bicycle and once for his money. Whew, only he didn't have any to give the muggers. I've never been mugged, but sooner or later I probably will. Sometimes after you're mugged, you go to a police headquarters. You look at a bunch of pictures of crooks to see if you can recognize the guy that mugged you. I think it'd be neat to look at all those pictures. It's not that I want to be mugged. It's probably really scary. It's just that Jimmy is always talking about his visit to the police station. My father got mugged once in the subway by 2 girls and a guy. They took his wallet and his briefcase. He still travels around by subway, but my mother doesn't. She sticks to the buses and the taxis. But my mother and father always warned me to never to talk to strangers in the park because there's a lot of things going on there. We live on the west side of the park. If I want to get to the zoo or the pony carts, I have to walk all the way to the east side. Sometimes my mother walks across the park with Fudge. He likes the animals a lot. On Sunday, the park is closed to traffic. You can ride your bicycle all over without worrying about being run over by some crazy driver. Even Fudge can ride. He has a little blue Tuttle bike and a present from my father's client, and when he's riding, he makes motorcycle noises. Vroom, vroom, vroom. In the fall, the leaves turn darker and drop off the trees. Sometimes there are big leaf piles on the ground. It's fun to jump in them. I never saw bright red, yellow, and orange leaves until the day my father took us for a drive in the country. One nice sunny afternoon, I called for Jimmy and we went to the park. Jimmy's the only kid on my block who is in my class. Unless you count Sheila, but I don't. She lives in my building on the 10th floor. Henry, the elevator operator, is always making jokes about me and Sheila. He thinks we're like each other. The truth is, I can't stand her a lot. She's a real know-it-all, but I've discovered that most girls are. The worst thing about Sheila is the way she's always trying to touch me. And when she does, she yells, "Peter's got the cooties!" I don't believe in cooties. Not anymore. When I was in 2nd grade, I used to, think about it. But I never found any. But 4th grade, most kids gave up on the cooties. But not Sheila. She's still giving it strong. So I keep a safe social distance away from her. Oh, look at that. My mother thinks Sheila is the greatest. She's so smart. And someday she's going to be a real beauty. Now that is funny. Me and Jimmy have this special group of rocks where we like to play in the park. We play secret agent up there. Jimmy can imitate all kinds of foreign accents, probably because his father is a part-time actor. When he's not acting, he teaches classes at the college. Today, when we got to the rocks, who should be perched up there on the rocks but Sheila? She was pretending to read a book. "Hey, Sheila, those are our rocks," I said. "Says who?" she said. "Come on, Sheila. You know me and Peter hang up here all the time," Jimmy said. "Well, too bad for you." "Oh, Sheila, go find yourself another rock." "I like this one," she said, as if she owned the whole park. "Why don't you guys find another rock?" Just then, should be tearing down the path but Fudge? My mother was right behind him, hollering, "Fudgy, wait for Mommy." But when Fudgy gets going, he doesn't wait for anybody. He was after some pigeons. "Birdie, here, Birdie, here, Birdie," he called. "That brother of mine loves his birds." "Hi, Mom," I said. My mother stopped running. "Oh, Peter, I'm glad to see you. I can't keep up with Fudge." Mrs. Hatcher, I'll watch Fudge for you. I'll take care of him. Can I, Mrs. Hatcher?" Sheila called. Sheila jumped down and begged some more. Jimmy gave me an elbow to the ribs. He thought that my mother would let Sheila watch Fudge and then we'd get rid of her. We'd be free to play secret agent. But Jimmy didn't know my mother would never trust Sheila with her little boy. Fudge, in the meantime, was screaming, "Come back, birdies! Come back to Fudgy!" Then my mother did a strange thing. She checked her watch and said, I have to run back to the apartment. I forgot to turn on the oven. Do you really think you can keep an eye on Fudge for a minute? Of course I can, Mrs. Thatcher, Sheila said. I know all about babysitting. My mother hesitated. I don't know. I've never left Fudge before. She looked at me. Peter, what? Will you and Jimmy help Sheila watch Fudge? Oh, Mom, do we have to? Please, Peter, I'll be right back. All right? I'll feel better if 3 of you are watching them. What do you say? I asked Jimmy. Sure, he answered. Why not? But I'm in fact a Fudgy, aren't I? Sheila asked. Well, I guess so. You probably do know more about babysitting. Why don't you take Fudge all over to the playground? Then I'll know where to find you. Swell, Mrs. Hatcher, Sheila said. Don't you worry. Fudgy will be just fine. Swell. My mother turned to Fudge. Now you be a good boy. I'll be right back. I'm a good boy. Good boy. As soon as my mother was gone, Fudge took off. Can't catch me. Can't catch Fudgy. Go get him, Sheila. You're in charge, remember? Me and Jimmy horsed around while Sheila ran after Fudge. When she caught him, we decided we'd better go to the playground like my mother said. It was a lot easier to keep an eye on him in a small place. As soon as we got to the playground, Sheila started chasing me. Peter's got the cooties. Cut that out, I said. So she chased Jimmy. Jimmy's got the cooties. Me and Jimmy decided to fight back. What if she's a girl? She started it. We grabbed her by the arms and she squirmed and tried to get away from us, but we wouldn't let go. We hollered really loud, Sheila's got the cooties. And all 3 of us were so busy fooling around that we didn't notice Fudge up on the jungle gym until he called Peter. All right, so we're going to stop there, all right? We're going to find out what is Fudge doing. Are they going to get a hold of him? Is everything going to be all right? Who knows? So go and answer the questions there, and I'll see you guys next time.